put it
Jane
this
is
way.
up there in a certain group of women that you just lay off. You know
When
what I
it
mean?
when it comes to A-listers putting themselves out there, especially during the Vietnam War, Jane was at the top, at the very top. She went to Southeast Asia. Like, she went there.
She's paid a price for that. She still pays a price for that to some extent. But for her, it was worth it.
She put herself in harm's way. No two ways about it. And Susan Sarandon and Javier Bardem and a few others have as well. And yes, Susan lives in the West Village. And she has shown the brownstone that she lives in. She, look, she's done very well for herself. She has earned it. No two ways about it. But she's a very kind and considerate person. It's obvious that she cares. And so that, to me, is a testament to the people who truly stand out. Now, we are going to do a segment not tonight.
I cannot believe I'm hearing this come out of my mouth. It's like my younger self could never have imagined that I'm about to say this, but Gloria Steinem could go get fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Truthfully. And that, to me, if I had ever known, like, it's almost like blasphemy for me to even, but yeah, take that white feminism and go shove it somewhere else. Bye-bye.
Yeah. And the worst kind also, because she was a major.
We love her. We love Vanessa Redgrave. We love Vanessa
Jen,
Redgrave.
I have not seen Vanessa's, what, in sports we call MVP performance. I have not seen her Oscar performance from 1978, I think it was, for Best Supporting Actress. It was her.
What was the movie?
I could.
I was really young. I mean, I was, 7, so it probably wasn't something that I saw, but I know who she is just through my life. And yes, big fan. And I follow her and her daughter, Jolie Richardson, on Instagram. So I see how she's aging, and she's, she's definitely slowed down. But yeah.
Jolie's a peach. I always thought she was a pretty gal. Julia.
She's like she takes care of her. She takes care of her. Mom. Yeah.
The name of the film is Julia from 1977.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So I've never seen that, but I would see that.
She was also in a movie called If These Walls Could Talk 2. Okay, there was an HBO movie called If These Walls Could Talk. It was amazing. And then there was a second one, and she was in one of the sketches from that, and she was amazing in that. It was very cool.
What you have to understand is that there is a thing called, and I'm gonna say this like straight. There is a thing called white feminism, and that is a real thing. This is typically, think of, if you want to talk about like a modern day Gloria Steinem, the head of Moms Demand Action. Her name is slipping me right now because I stopped caring about her name.
Shannon
Watts. Shannon Watts is the modern day Gloria Steinem. They're basically the same thing, but these are privileged, wealthy, white liberal women who are just as bigoted as any, Texas, heartland, type of white woman that says a lot of stupid shit about other people and other cultures and races and creeds and whatnot. But trust me when I tell you, I would much rather deal with them than deal with people like her, because they are the wolf in sheep's clothing, and they always will be. So they could be really good on one issue, and then they are horrific on just about everything else. So
how is that? Why? No, she fell and hit her head. She was skiing. I don't know.
No, that's not true. Anyway, there are things that Israel does and has done for a long time to get people to support their cause. When you think about whatever this magic potion or powder, whatever it is that they're using on these kibbutzes to basically turn people into psychotic Zionists, who knows? There's definitely some black magic shit going on there as far as I'm concerned. And so...
No, they're just psycho.
Yes, but I'm saying something goes on in those kibbutzes that turn them into psychos. I think there's some black magic shit. That's my opinion. And so here's
Sonny
David.
Bono was killed. He hit a tree on skis.
Yes. Well, that's
You
what they.
guys are
Well, that's what
starting
they
to
want you
really
to do.
go down a rabbit hole now.
We got some great. We got some characters here. There's no two ways about it. So here's something that is not a conspiracy. The tactics of the Zios to get you to support Israel. Here's David.
So does your religion have a free indoctrination trip? No? Well, ours does.
Yes,
And if
we
you're
do.
living in, say, Idaho, but you barely identify as Jewish, you can still go on a free 10-day, all expense paid trip to Israel. That includes airfare, hotels, food, everything. The only requirement is that you're Jewish. The trip, it's called Birthright. And if you think you know about it, did you know that it was also in the Epstein files? I'm gonna skip all the basics. The tour consists of learning the history of Israel, all that bullshit, but let me cut right to the juicy part. So it's basically a guided sex tour marketed as an educational trip where you're being set up with IDF soldiers, young Israelis, so that you'll hopefully fall in love. Throughout the trip, you're given a consistent message. Israel is your homeland, it belongs to the Jewish people, and if you happen to fall in love while you're here, move here. So what I didn't know until I started reading through the Epstein files yesterday is that Israel was studying exactly how effective Birthright is. Buried in all the files were discussions comparing Birthright to camps, schools, etc. The conclusion, it was so simple. Birthright is literally the most effective indoctrination tool that Israel has for Jewish children. So in response,
I can actually beat him on that because I did a 6-week program called Alexander Muss High School in Israel that's also sponsored by JNF. Same basis, same shit. And instead of 10 days, it was 6 weeks of indoctrination. So yeah, I hear you.
Interesting.
the Israeli government has committed $1.4 billion over 5 years for this program. Birthright isn't just a vacation, it's an investment, and it's designed to shape the identity during some of our most impressionable years. So now here's the contradiction. At the center of the entire program, Birthright is built on the idea that any Jew, anywhere in the world, has the right to live in Israel. Meanwhile, the Palestinians whose families have lived there for generations are denied the same right of return. All my friends who went on Birthright, including my sister, came back feeling more connected to Israel than ever, more emotionally invested in it, and more convinced that it is a part of their identity. My sister came back so connected to Israel that today she's raising her children with that same connection. So let me ask you this. If a government is willing to spend billions of dollars on a program designed to strengthen an attachment to a country, what do you think the purpose of Birthright really is?
Jen.
Well, I didn't do Birthright because Birthright is only for people who haven't been to Israel, that have not been, and you can only do it up until like age 26 or whatever it is. And I had already been, so I didn't qualify to do Birthright, but I'm very familiar with the song and dance. Like I said, I got the extended version. And it is like that. I wouldn't say they try to hook you up with people per se, but they do provide that environment. They do, where it's like a whole bunch of teenagers and young people, and you know that everybody is like meeting the locals and everybody. And yeah, I mean, that's what it is. And it's definitely brainwashing, and they teach you a false history that we know is false. At the time, I did not. And yeah, it's real. It's a real brainwashing. When I left Israel and came home in 87, I was convinced that when I turned 18, I was going to make Aliyah and go back. Fortunately, that did not happen. You know, I mean, high school distraction, whatever, and something else came up. But like, that is the mindset that you leave there with.
Well, let's end on a positive palate cleanser.
You have one, because it better not be Laura Loomer.
Here's two of the best people out there.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, delicioso. Oh my goodness. So cute.
The second picture as well, Colin.
Let's see it. Let's so cute. How cool is that?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well,
it's awesome.
Javier's.
I know, Mehdi, right? Like, oh my God, he's like sex on a stick, this guy. And I'm not talking about Anthony because I wouldn't do that. That would be disrespectful because I know him personally, whereas Javier Bardem doesn't know me from anything. So
it's also kind of funny.
Disrespectful.
It's also funny when men talk about women and how they objectify them, and then women objectify men, and it's like I don't know. It's just done in a different way. Where
here's the thing, I wouldn't do it if there was if men were a class of people that were traditionally violated by women.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't do it. Right. So it's sort of like the idea of that reverse racism. Like there's not racism against white people. That's ridiculous. Okay. Just like you're not having like the same concept of misogyny against men. It's just, that's silly. Because men don't walk around threatened. Men don't walk around having to hold their keys a certain way and worry about if they have nobody to help walk them to their door. So it's a little different when you objectify someone that in general isn't treated like an object. You see what I'm saying? So
Colin, the other photo.
So, and I don't care. He's delicious. Yeah, okay, so no, a woman definitely can. Yes, that can happen. And I would never discount that, and a victim is a victim. But I'm talking about at a societal mass level. We don't live in a world where, in general, men are overall concerned for their safety because of women. That's not a thing. So,
Well, here's to two great men doing what's right, and to many more who unfortunately will start to find their sea legs. But remember something, ladies and gentlemen, and let's end on this note. There's going to be a lot of people in the not too distant future who are going to speak up now because it's easier. It's less of a threat. Don't reject them. We have to bury Israel where they stand. So let's just make sure that we bring as many people into the fold as we can. I know everyone's instinct is to say, where the fuck were you the past 2.5 years? And I would agree. And I think it is imperative that we do everything we can to fight the fight we need to fight in order to make sure that there is some semblance of a positive outlook on our future. Because right now, we're still heading straight to hell.